my name is Mitz, and here I feature conflict interest. So, as the last episode, we have went into the west wing of the mansion and found a secret hallway, and all the evidence we found around there points to one conclusion, that whoever the true culprit here is, they had to shot a small gun, that small one that we found inside, like, beside the crate that Waters took with him to criminal affairs, and they shot it inside the secret hallway at Maya. So, literally, whoever the culprit is must know secret hallways, and literally, like, had a gun on them in advance or knew where a gun was hidden just to press all the advance. It's premeditated. So, and there's not many people who, like, Gladys found the secret room, like, completely accidentally or on her own, but was the true culprit found it accidentally too, or did they know about it beforehand? Meredith, you know stuffing about this, and we can't even really go with your Cyclops just yet because we don't have anything against you. And I actually got a tiny bit lost of how to progress this things further, but the way we have to do this is a bit weird. So first off, we have to go into the hospital room, and nothing has absolutely changed since last time we came here to talk to Pearls, and I got a tiny bit lost when you do instead of searching in both hallways and secret hallway. But we actually have to look inside trash can. It's such a new low to be looking through trash cans for. Wait, what's this? These are new. They must have been just thrown in here. I remember when this is taken. This is literally just the Easter egg in just Investigations 1 with Miles Edgeworth, like, involved a kidnapping case at Gatewaterland Investigations 1. And also Gatewaterland is literally just the setting for the prologue case of this fan game. Nice. Sweet. Continuity. Even the prologue case is made after. Continuity. It's been so long. What's it doing in the trash? This letter was with it. My dear, I tried to hide you, but I see now that it must end. You cannot stay this way forever. It's time to come home. The same person must have thrown these both away together. No bonus points for guessing who that was. And really only one person could have then. I actually thought we had to use these on Meredith first, but now we're supposed to actually go with you first. So, come on. Let it out. Take that! I completely forgotten what we had to look out for last time I tried to preempt this. Pearls, we need to talk. Okay, isn't that what we're doing now? It's a bit more than just that. I thought we might put this off until after the trial, but now I don't think that's possible. Oh, that. You've been missing for 5 years. Neither Maya or I knew if you were still alive. But now you show up out of the blue. It seems too sudden. Those men were keeping me hidden. They didn't want anyone back home to know where I was. Somebody did. Oh? I think that which proves somebody knew your location. It's that letter we found in the trash. Take that! I found this note. Does it ring any bells? What's that? Why were you looking through the garbage? Just to force a habit of search for evidence. I never said where I found it. I mean, she could have just saw you doing that. She's in this room too. How'd you know where I found this? She's in the same room. It was just a guess. Where else would you find a squash-up note? That's one explanation, but I can think of another. You wrote it, saw somebody throw it away, literally just threw it away. You were the person who threw that away. Are you sure? How can you know that? Very easily, in fact. What proves that she threw the note in the trash? What proves she threw the note in the trash? The photo itself? Take that! It doesn't make sense for anyone else to have it. This photo was in the bin with it. They were the only two things in there. It's of you, Maya, and myself. You found that too? I didn't put it there. I know Maya didn't. Who else might be carrying a picture of the three of us? The letter and picture were wadded together. It's not hard to connect the dots. Pearls, who sent you that letter? I can't tell you. She made me promise. She. That doesn't really help narrow it down. A she, and one that you know. Maybe I know this person too. Well, it's a she that you know. The last porter's on the table. That's something completely different. Bikini doesn't make sense. Why? Iris, no, they're both a Hazakura temple. That it literally just has to be Meredith then. It was from your grandmother, wasn't it? No, I can't tell anyone. It's okay, I already know. You do? I found proof that she's been in contact with you these past 5 years. How? It proves that Meredith knew where she was and that she wrote the note. What proves she wrote the note? The only thing I can think of is the attended suicide report, because literally it was found inside Meredith's house, and why would she just have a record and a report of, like, a person, like, by the report's account, besides a photo, literally, of Pearl, with no name, just of that? Why would you have that in your home if you didn't know about anything was going on? I haven't thanked you yet for getting her out of the house so I can investigate. That was good thinking. Did you find anything? I did. I wish I knew how to approach this. Really, I do. I'm so sorry, Mr. Nick. Sorry? Pearls, you're not the one who should be sorry. There really isn't a sensitive enough way to confront this, is there? Mrs. Meredith had this in her home. The photo looks recent enough. I guess this is what inspired her to write you that note. You know everything. This is why I brought up the conversation of Pearls. This isn't a tiny matter. I'm honestly terrified for you. I never saw this coming. How much have I been missing? Why didn't you tell me? I didn't know what you'd say. I knew you had to find out. Eventually. I didn't want you to be angry. Angry? No, never. You're not to blame. If anything, you're a victim here. But Pearls, they need to know. Why? You can tell me. Look at her. I don't want to press her like this. I had no choice. She needs to know that I'm there for her. I can't fix anything, but I have to do what I can. Would you mind if I took a guess? I think I know why you're upset. This isn't hard. A basic knowledge of her background would tell anyone she has good reason to be upset. You're depressed, Pearl. I can't even comprehend your situation. It doesn't take a professional psychologist to understand why you'd be that way. The reason you're upset enough to attempt suicide is... The only thing I can think of right now is... If this, the whole attempt suicide happened before association with Maya, then it's not this, so... Something long-standing. Let's set it better. My family? Do I really need to go into details? The Fae clan has been feuding for ages. Yes. And I've been literally just against family feuds from, ever since I started this channel. So, it's always fun when it happens. You've been caught in the center of it all. Your own mother, well, you know what she did. The night you disappeared, I found an open file in my office. It was on GK2, the case of Hazakuren. You found it, didn't you? Yes. My whole life was a lie. I was just a tool to her, an accessory. You were still too young to know. I can't imagine you ever truly be ready for that. I had to find out eventually. You're right, Mr. Nick. I just couldn't handle it. When the truth changed me, it was too much. Everything that happened to Mystic Maya is my fault because I was just too... No, it was your mother's fault, and your sister's. If I wasn't around, they wouldn't have been able to use me. I just wanted to keep her from getting hurt. I'm dangerous. You're not a threat to Maya. I know you. You're a good kid. I'll always be a threat. That's why... There's still one lock left. At this conversation, there can only be one conclusion. I think I know the truth behind her kidnapping. The letter, the suicide report, the open file. Individually, they all mean a lot. When you put them all together, they mean something much more. After 5 years, you finally made it back here because... yeah. There never was a kidnapping. No. Meredith knew where you were, which is how she knew about the attempted suicide. She's been hiding you for 5 long years. In the open file, it's nagged at me ever since I found it. I never told Maya. It would have broken her heart to know that you ran away. You knew all along, didn't you? The possibility was always lurking in the back of my mind. I just didn't want to accept it. We can have that talk now. I'll just let the scene play out, because I can't add anything to this. Part of me always realized something was wrong with this kidnapping. Maybe just didn't want to believe it. I had to leave. Finding out what I was being used for, I thought things would be better if I left. Maya and I wanted to keep the truth from you until you were emotionally ready. Maybe that was the wrong choice, or I don't know. You're still so young. We didn't know how you would react to it. I'm sorry we never told you. It's not your fault, it's mine. I never want anybody to get hurt. I'm not like Mother. I know you aren't. You're a good person, Pearly. You weren't responsible for Morgan's crimes. You never had any control over that. No, I know. That's why I had to get away. It was the only way to escape all the betrayal and the feuding. Death. I was the centerpiece for everything. I was the motive. But just the picture, I could stop it all. I didn't want to stay because people might get hurt. I should have prevented this. We wanted to keep this very thing from happening. That was why we wanted to wait. But now she was never prepared. How could she be? Was there any way this could have been avoided? In all honesty, it just feels a bit too solid. Just like in the main the 3 trilogy games, Justice for All and Trials and Tribulations, she basically loved Maya and her mother a lot. And then literally, I don't think even those games, Pearl was never told about anything that happened. Absolutely nothing about this. She basically had a small inkling when in Trials and Tribulations where she had some inkling that it's all her fault, or at least she blamed herself at the beginning because of the time she was trying to follow her mother's orders, and because she couldn't even follow that because Misty channeled Dahlia instead, that means she thought it was all her fault. Some bad things happened. Just too young. I think she's 12 years old from right now. Missing for 5 years. She's 18 now. A couple years after that, she was 10 when it happened. Was I really as powerless as she was? What her mother did, was there any way to truly prevent this? You've been gone for so long. Where have you been? Different places. But where isn't as important as the why. I know I hurt you, Mystic Maya, by leaving. I never wanted that. Did your grandmother ever see you? She knew where I was, but no, she wanted me to stay hidden. You were by yourself the whole time? Pearls, if something had happened to you, you never would have known. I know. I had to protect her. I was willing to accept the consequences for my actions. I still am. If something had gone wrong, maybe that would have been better. Don't say that! It's true, though. My own mother only saw me as a tool for murder and power. That's what I am, a tool. I have no other purpose. No, you're so much more than that. Don't believe that just because your mother was wicked. You know Maya and I both care deeply for you. Yes, I do. That was why I had to go. I knew you wouldn't understand, so grandmother wasn't the only one who could help. She didn't feel like she could rely on us? How would Meredith know about all this? I guess considering everything she's been through, that she knew. How could she face us after that? Mr. Nick? Don't... You shouldn't... I'm not. My eyes just hurt a bit. Stay strong, Phoenix. For her. Somebody will need to. What role did Meredith have in this? Grandmother only wanted to help me. And that's all she did. She would counsel Mystic Maya on her leadership. I always heard her saying that she would do things differently. One time, she said that she knew some people who could get things done right. Do I even need to say anymore who I think that is? I thought maybe her friends could help me run away, so I went to her. People who get things done. That sounds ominous. These people, they helped you? Yes, she brought me to them at a cafe downtown. They made a new name for me, and one nice man drove me out of the city. With that, well... Pearls, who were these people? Why? It's important. Who did your grandmother send you to meet? I don't know. They were 3 men. I didn't ask their names. She told me not to. Can you describe them? 2 of them were really big. One man was bigger than any I'd ever seen before. The last man, he was just normal size. He only had one eye. That's nothing to go on. I'll have to speak with the old woman herself. Listen, you and I are gonna talk more later. A lot more here, alright? But right now, there's one other person we need to find and have a chat with. Is it grandmother? She didn't hurt anyone. These 3 men, I have a really bad feeling about them. I understand. Just don't forget to get who shot Mystic Maya. That's more important than finding those people. Don't worry about that. I think I have it figured out. But my left eye, those men were their valleys. That's true. Meredith's connection is all but confirmed. With her valley's car, the crime scene, all the puzzle pieces fall into place. Yes. And back to this thing again. So, literally it all coincides well to this whole Revali's thing. And that's just, like, heavy subject matter. I warned at the beginning of this case that this case is going to heavy subject matter, and that was what I was talking about. It gets into that territory. Oh boy, it's always a touchy subject. God. Okay. Like, okay, just get this over with, okay? I think we have everything, right? Or if we can talk anything more first, just to be sure. What do you know about Pearl's kidnapping? I have the faintest idea what you mean. I'm sure you do. What is it that you know but aren't saying? Son, you keep your nose where it belongs. We're seeing a new side of her. Better leave for now until I can break these locks. It's a bit weird, like, we come to this hospital room and I guess it makes it sound like we could go to do her Cyclops first, but no. We do Pearls first and then this. So let's see. Just make sure I got everything right. Okay. I think hers was based on the top of my head. I'm prove that she was aware of what's happening. Okay, so the suicide report will be here. Master's Confronting of the year. Okay. So that'll be the thing we present. Okay. Okay, let's go do this. Pearl's disappearance. Okay. Let's try this one more time. You can say that again. I am proof you knew something about the kidnapping. Really? Oh, don't keep me waiting. What proves I was aware of it? Oh, well, there it is. Look at this letter. This letter was addressed to Pearl. You wrote it. Is that what she told you? How do you know that I did no such thing? I don't believe that. The letter's not signed. You can't prove who sent it. Actually, I can, thanks to you. What can we compare the letter with to find the author? The author? On. My dear, tried to hide you, but I see now it must end. You can't say that away forever. It's time to go home. Wait, so... Oh, I have an idea. Okay, so that's not typed, that's handwriting. Literally, it's the same exact font and everything. It's same handwriting. You gave me this list yesterday. It has everybody's signatures, including yours. Ah. Handwriting analysis. All I need to do is have the two pieces compared. We'll know then if you wrote the letter. A foolish slip-up. If I wrote it, then that would prove I kept in contact with her. That was all. I knew her location, nothing more. And the lie, you've been keeping very close tabs on her. This ought to show that you've been monitoring her closely. Oh no, okay, this comes into play. Oh boy. Pearl attempted suicide. Very recently, in fact. That you would have this report in your home is very suspicious. Very well. I knew where she was and what she was doing. I don't see your point, Mr. Phoenix. Proving you knew is an important part. That's how. Now things get interesting. How did she keep watch over Pearl? Oh boy. You spied on her with the Rivali's family. You can't be serious. What part of my face tells you I'm joking? Oh, good sir. You're certainly an assertive one. That's quite the accusation. You believe I'm involved with those criminals? I've had enough of this harassment. Let's have you prove it. Prove that I'm connected to the Rivali's gang. Prove. Okay, I have everything I can prove or something like that. What proves it unequivocally, though? My testimony. The only thing we had was like that thing at the beginning of like that all the waters took or something like that. That statue thing. Do we even have that? Don't tell me we have to go and go get waters for that. Please don't tell me. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. Oh, literally this is just here. Okay. We definitely have to go. This is a completely new map we had to go to. Okay, we still need to go to here then instead. God, this game. God. Even though I barely had much memory of this, I can start to see why, like, well, I'll just say this outright, like, out of the ones I know, and even though it's been, like, literally, Turnabout Substitution is the one fan game, like, technically fan case, out of all four of these I plan to go through, Turnabout Substitution is the one I least know about. I know there's some very, like, finicky things in Turnabout Substitution. One, at the very least, I know top of my head, and it's just that, but I remember just being very, even just watching someone go through this, just being a bit frustrated a tiny bit. Even the details were very just subconscious almost. Okay, so that means we have to get the statue here, then go all the way back to Meredith Cyclops. Oh god, that's annoying. Aha! Aha, it's you again! Oh, hi. I completely... You were absolutely a nothing character in the last one. Why were you there? Now, what was your name? It's on the tip of my tongue. I don't even bother with the voice. I don't care anymore. Don't strain yourself, Doctor. I'll remember it. I never forget a face. A face? Fine, but what about name? I'm here to speak with Mark Waters. Yes, of course. I knew that part. Oh, yes. Here, let me fetch him. He'll be right here someplace. Here he is, sir. I found him. Alrighty, let's get this over with. Teresa, the report. Here you are, sir. Elton gave us an updated report for the gunshot. Well, I mean, why didn't Elton just talk to us right now? We tested that little pistol. Guess what? Perfect match. Bingo. It's definitely what shot her. Wait, how do you think that you prove that? Did you find the bullet or something? whoever had their prints in the Finger's or culprit. Mr. Nick, that's great! Oh, I forgot you were following us. We know that Miss Iris couldn't be the shooter now. It's not that simple, but I'll cover some more in a minute. What, there's no fingerprints on it? Why'd you insinuate there's something in the fingerprints, or... Oh, is it literally just, like, on the gun, it's only, like, glove prints or something like that, right? Or they were wiped off before? Why are you being so vague here, okay? Was it really that hard to tell a shot from a huge... Was it really that hard to tell a shot from a huge rifle and, well, something not huge? Wait, is that really the reason how you found this out? What? You couldn't figure that out from an initial autopsy report? What was an injury? Of course they wouldn't do a whole autopsy. Oh, God. Of course not. Oh. Wait, does that mean... That means Eldon came back. Wait, why is Dreesen here again? Okay. Well, okay, I'm assuming he just went there to, like... And looked at Maya and did more, tasteless, dead people jokes. Okay. I don't really care about him. I'm gonna read that again, though. Victim was shot in the neck by a small pistol from close range. Bullet was a glazing shot. Victim recovered, expected to make a full recovery. Okay, the only thing that's changed here is just shot in the neck by a small pistol from close range. From close range. Okay. Okay, I'm looking at that in a diagram. Close range. Well, it's not really close range because mine, the victim's the green dot, and like the bullet hole happens to be like right here, like in the red secret hallway between the two. Is that? Yeah. So it's not exactly a close shot, but it's close enough. I guess it'd be more close range than a sniper rifle from a balcony. This shot was a grazing one, so things were a bit murky. Plus, it's a living person that you were doing extended, report on. But still, Boss really set in his ways. I think he had it all figured out. I think so too. We just needed us to find all the evidence, and we did, didn't we? I can fill you in on some more if you need it. Lots of nifty stuff we found. Okay, so that's another thing thinking about. A body basically just knows everything that happens in the case or deduced everything, but because of Meredith's whole thing, he couldn't find any evidence. And based on how the justice system works in the certain games, they had to arrest the first person here, and there was no conclusive proof proving it was Iris. Well, there's a lot of like kind of stuff that kind of implicates her, but he thinks it's someone else? Where'd this come from then? Lots of nifty stuff we found. Okay, let's hit this on this. This gun is officially confirmed to be the weapon. Am I getting this right? It makes more sense than a giant rifle, I guess. You never thought the Wait, oh god. Pretty much anybody can use that dinky little thing. Okay. It's so small, that would be easy. More than easy. Heck, I bet I could shoot it one-handed with my eyes closed. Just as long as I was within range. In range? Yeah, that's way too tiny to be any good from far off. You have to be right up next to her. Right next to her. What? But that's still a... Look, Han. If it was right in the middle, like in the very middle of the three-way branch, shooting from literally like across away from the doorway, then literally, that's not a close shot, unless, was there an actual bullet hole like sitting right behind Maya right then and there? If not, but still, like there was a bullet hole literally across the room. Rather close, just like I thought. And that room didn't seem very small. Thank you, Waters. Let's just assume, like, literally just like where Maya was standing and where like the bullet hole is. It's literally just the right amount for the bullet actually to hit. Or maybe because like it's short range and it went through the wall. I think it was paper wall they mentioned or something like that. Well, especially if Waters broke through it simply, then literally there was not much resistance either. So maybe that's another reason why it wasn't fatal either, is because of that. This is really just a murder assault, really. Okay, so, Do you know who shot it? That's where things aren't so clear. Okay, I'm gonna call, wiped prints instead. There were fingerprints on the gun at one point, we can tell that much. Okay. But it looks like they've been wiped off. It was a quick job, but enough that we can't tell whose they were. Prints? Yeah, so we still don't got a clue who it was. Guess I had enough time afterwards to cover up. Was there anything else? Well, there was a statue. What was it? Like, there was something else. It was like... Oh, it was that letter that... Oh, that was the thing we need to get. The Revali's thing. Okay, we get that, and we break her Cyclops. Yeah, the creepy note you found. Yes, I looked it over a bit myself. Why are you still here, honestly? Why you, Doctor? I have a bit of privileges in handwriting analysis. You're a mortician. Okay. Wasn't the note typed? Yes, it was, so I wasn't able to exercise that interest. That lab found very little. Fingerprints in the recipient, but not the sender. Any ideas on who FM is? Obviously, it's a DJ radio show's initials for the FM radio news station. The popular theory around the priest is that it came from Menderes himself. Menderes? Okay, well, what was that? I can't remember if we heard that name before, and, like, what was the first name? I keep forgetting it. Menderes, like, basically, that's its lock, stock, and key inside my head now, but what is his first name? Something F. Menderes, how does that tie back to him? The recipient had to have been Meredith Fay. Wowzers, you're on task today. Okay. Yes, the prints were tied right back to her. Fitting letter. Okay, so fingerprints in that. Why would grandmother get a letter like that? Okay, if that was the same letter we found inside the statue, that means she was the one who put that letter in, so Lilith proves it without doubt. Okay, we have everything we need for the Cyclops then, okay. We just get back to that real quickly then. It can only mean that Menderes is ordering her to kill Maya. Ordering her? No! Hold on, let me see that again. I'm gonna read that letter again. It's been a bit. If what you say is true, then you mustn't delay any further. I am quite displeased with your unwillingness thus far. The master must go. What happens now justify me. Oh my god, yeah, actually makes so much sense if her prints are on there. So literally, yeah, actually, that makes sense. I just completely forgotten about what the content of the letter said before. It's been a few days since the last one. Last episode. Ah, don't worry, little lady. She survived, didn't she? Yes. Please don't go into stupid, insensitive jokes right now, please. So maybe you could say they missed their mark. Fuck off. Ah! Okay, thank you. Thank you, Brills. Now I won't have to do it myself. How dare you joke about her like that? Oh, sorry. Please stop staring bullets at me. That doesn't make sense either. It's a terrible joke. Just do an assault case right now. Why is he even here? Oh my god, okay. What about the statue itself, though? Can we not talk about that, though? Why don't we have that back? Well, why don't we have it? Well, I think... Okay, if we're not gonna get the statue now, then we can probably get it later. Okay, got time to go all the way back to Meredith's Cyclops now. Prove that I am connected to the Revali's gang. And that all goes to this threatening letter. In this letter, the family ordered you to do something. Does it? Doesn't seem to be any mention of them. Look a bit closer. This is how we know they sent it. Because of the logo. These are the initials from the sender, next to family's emblem. FM. I don't know any FM. Francisco Menderes. Okay, Francisco was his first name. Okay. Francisco Menderes. Okay, Francisco. He's their leader. Oh, then you know more than I do. Let's say he did send me that letter and that Mr. Menderes signed it. Doesn't say that whether he wanted or whether I delivered. Maybe not. But somebody else in your house is connected to the family. That's a pretty good indicator you know more. Fedopile, who can you possibly be speaking of? Who could possibly know? A family member who's part of this? Again, that's something completely... Do we even have anything like that? Again, okay, who even have anything on like that? Someone in the family. Oh god, again? I don't think we have anything that actually indicates anything like that. Literally, again. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm just gonna chop this up to, literally, I just completely forgot about this. It's been a couple days, so... Literally, Raphael Donatello is the person here, and let me just hear the argument here, right now. Your butler, Mr. Donatello, if he really is your butler, that is. Oh, you suspect Mr. Raphael now. The police spoke with the residents of Karain and nobody recognizes him. When was this brought up again? Did you hire him just a few days ago? Where exactly did that plot point come up? Did we have to present Raphael Donatello's profile to Waters for some reason right there in the criminal affairs? Because that's really stupid. I could easily deny it, but I won't. See where this is leading. Yes, I know men from that group who helped me in the past. Oh, hello, 999 music. That was how Mystic Pearl was able to so easily vanish to the face of the earth. You want my deep, dark secret? This is it. I helped my granddaughter. How horrid. There's more to it and you know it. You're not working out of this. Well, we can't move or represent things. Okay. You used the Revali's family to fake Pearl's kidnapping. Why would you do that? My granddaughter was distraught. I hate to see her suffer from my own family's idiocy. What? So how to escape from it all? Is it really so awful? You never told me who they were. I wouldn't have done it if I'd known they were evil men. My dear, you wanted to disappear. I used the only method of doing so that I could think of. I don't want anything to do with those criminals. I'm a bad person, aren't I? You're not selfish or vile as your mother was, but you have your own fault you cannot ignore. Have you ever stopped to think of how those around you would feel about you leaving? Every day. Leave the poor kid alone. She's been through a lot. And her inability to cope has caused much of it. I don't deny she's a victim at all, but she's still partly to blame. Oh boy. I didn't want to hurt anybody. I just wanted to leave everything behind. You believe me, don't you, Mr. Nick? I'm a lot more inclined to side with you than somebody who's involved with those people. Good sir, you live in such an idealistic world. All I do is necessary for my family to survive and prosper. Their values group can give us just that. Oh my god. Their values are murderers. They kill people. Children. You want to deal with that? Oh yeah, Cody, yeah. Anything can be justified given the proper circumstances and motivations. Forget what you know of either of my daughters. None of it was ever for my own gain. I too have had enemies ever since I was a young woman. People told me the dangers of being master. I was too foolish to truly understand. Like Mystic Maya, I was naive enough to think I could win them over with kindness. Stupid, foolish, naive. Early in my time as master, a branch family member tried to murder me. I saw her and defended myself. In self-defense, I was forced to kill her. My own sister. Your sister? That should have been the death of me. I was strong and survived. I learned then that this is not a game. I would never again show weakness. And I never did. That's why I relied on the Mafia. The Crane Master can never once leave herself exposed. She can trust no one, not even family. When she does make mistakes, people die. Oh boy. But you already knew this, didn't you, Mr. Phoenix? You used them as your personal bodyguards. A bodyguard? I told you this was never for me alone. My family required order, which I alone could never provide. If they would refuse to respect and love me, fear was required. Okay, what the actual fuck of the way how you described it like that? What? Michael Ravalli's father was more than willing to provide, so long as I compensated. I'm not even listening anymore. By funding them. All for the betterment of the Fae clan. Nobody dare strike me again, so infighting became pointless. I would have passed this calm with my daughter, Mystic Misty, but she vanished to the face of the earth. You can imagine the power vacuum that created. It's no wonder why my other daughter ended the way she did. You still kept ties with Ravalli's family? With Mystic Misty missing, it was difficult to keep a lasting bond. They were only interested in dealing with a master who could influence the entire clan. Our new master has been too idealistic to see the harsh reality that they could help. She never agreed to side with them. She said that they scared her. The foolish child was too stubborn next to the powerful tool being granted to her. That's why they did it. She refused to cooperate. I can't claim to know Mr. Francisco's ultimate motive, though it seems it was the interview that put him over the edge. What? The interview which took place in your yard. I knew it. You suspect me. I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, don't waste your breath. I wasn't born yesterday. You know what motivates me, and I know what drives you. Come with me. Where? I'm not gonna drive all the way up to just get assassinated again. October 2nd, 9:45 p.m. Elgin Clinic. Whoa, why are you coming back in here? Here we are. She's still asleep. Why'd you bring us here? Shush, shush. Can you hear that? No? Exactly. Not a sound. No faint whirling noise from up above. The security camera in this room has been shut down. What? You believe I arranged the assassination? Admit it! I can see how angry you are. Should I admit my guilt? No, Mr. Nick, she didn't do it. Why are you— what? Just because she helped me run away doesn't mean she tried to kill Mystic Maya. That letter, though, and if it's not her, then she definitely was, like, blackmailed to do it. And if she, like, she did it the same way, what is this whole thing right now? It wasn't her. Oh, my sweet, sweet granddaughter. Yes, it was. I know it's hard to accept that your dear old granny's a murderer, but there you have it. Grandmother, no, you didn't shoot her. It was me. I was behind the attempted assassination of the Master. Wait, what? Among us three, I will fully admit it. Why? Because you won't say anything. What? I hear my name accused once during tomorrow's trial. We try to tip off the police in any way. Or Sister Iris finds herself in prison again. I'll have Mr. Mandira sick as men on the Master. All alone, in this room, with no brave attorney to defend her. Grandmother, why are you doing this? I told you I only want to help my family. I have my reasons. By killing someone else. Okay. I don't wish death on any of the Fae clan. I'm just gonna let that statement sink and just sit there. But for the greater good, I will do anything. God. My fucking damn it. Every time the argument comes up, I immediately just get mad all over again. The first time that showed up, like the same exact argument was like a Danganronpa. I'm like, Jesus Christ. The instant that whole thing came up. No, actually, even before that argument came up, literally, I was just mad at what the culprit did entirely. It was horrendously too cruel to matter. The very second I found out who they were in that game, I was like, sure, fine, I won't get mad. Yeah, sympathetic and all that. Yeah, like all the other culprits and all that. Yeah. And then they went into their whole motivation, and then I was back to basically just go die in a fire. Best part is apparently the fan base loves them, so that's something. God, I hate them so much. And the same thing's coming back again. Neither I nor Sister Iris will be sent to prison. Am I clear? Well, I mean, prison? No, but how about jail instead? Crystal. Then please excuse me, I'll leave you here to ponder the case. We'll keep the secret between the three of us. Technically four. Technically. You're not getting away with this. I'll find some way to make you pay. I'm not leaving Maya unprotected. I'll talk with Apollo Trucy and they'll guard her during the trial. Nothing would seem off if they were here. Nobody else can know. If Meredith had tipped off. I was literally about to mention about, like, maybe, like, get, Waters here, but, if, like, since there's, like, they mentioned before, like, the police had some ties to their values group, maybe there's some people who, like, tip them off, maybe, like, spies, then that's not gonna work. gosh. Well, that won't happen. It can't. I can't believe this. This is my fault. No, there's only one woman to blame, and she just left. If I hadn't run away, she would have had this reunion and Mystic Maya! Pearls, listen to me. Listen to me. You're not responsible. I am! The whole thing wouldn't have happened without me! Thing. She's been gone for so long because of how awful some people were. Now that she's back, I need someone to show her that some people do care. Pearly, take this. You're Magatama? A long time ago, a good friend gave this to me. Now, I'm giving it back to you. Why? In my 7 years of retirement, I never let go of this. It was a constant reminder for me that there were still people who had my back. A glimmer of hope. You shouldn't. I don't deserve it. Maybe. Maybe not. I'm still giving it to you nonetheless. Magatama handed over the pearl. That was not part of her. Well. Thank you. Don't blame yourself for the things others have done. None of it's your fault. Sorry, Mr. Nick. So sorry for everything. You should hate me. No, never. Mai and I will always be there for you. No matter what. Yes, I know. At least I hope Maya will still be there for her. Tomorrow may come to either losing Maya or losing the villain. Up, Pete. Go to the next to be continued section, jingle. Nice. Definitely fits in with this situation. Yes. Very much so. Very much so. Oh boy. Well, we're gonna talk to Waters, but like, yeah, probably like the entire, like, this whole fan game, this is the case I've been going through, and just that, like, one sole thing alone, and just like the culprit's breakdown, like, geez, for I guess like this trial or just the next, if we're not gonna find it out. Oh, whichever it was. I don't even know if, like, I can't remember if there's a second investigation or not. No, a third investigation, sorry about that. It seems like we just, like, basically know who it basically is and basically met anyway, so I think this might be the trial anyway, so... Oh boy. So in this trial, we'll most likely get the culprit down. God damn it, Meredith, oh my god. When that comes up, that whole thing, I get just really mad. I don't even think I need anything more. Literally. It's come up in other games too, and I spoke my piece about it. Literally. Just... yeah. Like, it can be well written, but personally, just like, oh god, it gets me so mad. I can't even put to words right now. I'm just getting really exasperated right now just about it. Just that whole thing. God. Blood is thicker than water. Uh-huh. It's even better the fact the first time I ever heard of this exact same thing about family stuff was actually in the first Danganronpa. And the second it was brought up, like the very first time it was brought up, I immediately just understood it plainly. God. Yeah. Family. Oh, that's a great trope, but okay, so... well, we have everything we need, for the sounds of it. So, Tracy and Apollo are gonna guard over Maya to make sure nothing bad happens. There'll be like a defense, and if we don't tell Waters here, then somehow we need to find some way to get Meredith to prison, or jail technically for that loophole to work, and we'll find out a way how to loop around that for next time. And we'll see how the trial goes from here. It's definitely gonna be doozy just from how the whole episode we just went through here with all these touchy subjects went up and just burned brightly into matter of flames, and now we're gonna be left here shifting through the ashes to rebuild it all up again. And we'll find out if we can manage to get all these together next time. So, for fun time watches, I am playing this. Hope to see you next time, what time may be, and I'll hope you have a fantastic day.